All right, guys, welcome back to The Mesh. Today I have my mother on the podcast. Today she will be joining us for the relationship series. Today she's just gonna share her insight. She's been married for how long now?
Over 25 years.
25 years.
26.
6 years. We actually, fun fact, we crashed their 25th
25th
anniversary cruise.
Yep, we're going on a cruise, and this guy and his sisters totally crashed our anniversary.
I'm like, you know what? We're going on it. So we went on it.
But you know what? Secretly, don't tell them. I'm really glad they did because I loved every minute of it. But don't tell them. I don't want them to get a big head that we actually found it very fun and it made us feel very good.
What she's saying, we made it better. So they're welcome. Okay. So, Mom, why don't you say some of the stuff that this is a relationship series. I wanted to talk about what you do. You work with kids. You've seen kids through ups and downs, especially relationships. You've been to college for, you went to college too.
Yeah, so I
got your degree.
Yeah, so my undergrad is from UMHB in communication. My master's degree is in social work, so I'm a licensed master social work. And the reason why I chose that degree is so I can help people for the past, 30 plus years. I love helping people. I love helping kids. I love helping teenagers, college kids. My passion is Haiti. So I love helping the children, the people, the women of Haiti. I'm extremely passionate about that. So I just love people. I love helping. So I decided to get my master's in social work so I could use that skill to help people in counseling and just to have some training to help people.
So she literally will see relationships being built and families being torn apart.
Yeah.
So that's one of the main reasons I wanted to have her on the podcast, because I know that's the kind of work that you will be going into. But to start off with a quick roast, a little funny section is what do you think? Okay, you got to reply no comment. I'll call the prayer team for this one.
Okay.
What do you think of our past dating choices? I feel like
let's just say we call the 24-hour prayer chain for that one. I call all the forces. Seriously.
Okay. With that, we're gonna move into the hot seats.
Okay.
I showed you her opinion on my dating choices. Okay, mom mode activity. This is what we're gonna call this hot seat Q&A.
Okay.
So, are you excited? Is it ready?
I don't know. I'm a little
ready?
nervous, but okay.
You're ready.
All right, bring it on.
What's one thing parents should never say when their kid introduces someone they're dating? I would love to hear this.
That's hard.
This is hard for her.
I don't have much of a filter when it comes to that.
I know what she should never say. So
I don't have much of a filter sometimes. Okay. Seriously, it probably should be, you shouldn't talk about your past girlfriends.
Yes. Wait. Oh, you should never say.
To your girlfriends. I should never talk about your past girlfriends.
I know, but that's like obviously. So what are you going to do? Would you ever just bring so Wilson was dating this girl before you and they used to do this. Are you going to do that? So definitely that's obviously.
I probably would. That's why this is.
So that's why I'm like, this is a hard questions for her.
Because I probably would. I'm going to dig deep. I'm
so
like 20 questions.
For example, you could be like, a parent should never pull up to their kid's date. Somebody might have done that.
Okay, well, let's talk about that story.
A parent should never call 50 times on a date.
No, let's tell that story. You see, this one right here was on a date. No, we got to tell the story. The people
they need to hear this.
This one was on a date. So back in high school, the rule, even though I could see their location, the rule was they had to send me a picture of where they were as well. So I know they were there. So I get a picture of him holding hands with the girl. Didn't see her face, but just them holding hands. And I respond back and say, well, if you're holding hands with the chick, I think I need to meet her. This boy's response was, respectfully, you can meet her when I'm ready. Oh, no, don't you?
First of all, I have the audio. We can pull it up.
My blood started boiling. And I said, oh, respectfully, I brought you in this world. I can take you out of this world. And so I looked at his location. And I looked at his dad and I said, you want some boba tea? And he goes, I sure do. So we pulled right up to the boba tea place. They were sitting in his car and I pulled right in front of it. And I told his dad, don't look at him, ignore him, just get out of the car. And he said he could feel our vibes. So we walked into the boba place. We had no idea what to order. We've never been there before. The lady goes, what do you want? I go, I don't know. And then we turn around and there he is like this.
Let me tell you what actually was said and actually happened. Because
that is the truth.
That's crazy. What she just did is what a parent should never do. Because from that moment on, I have been very secretive with the girls and not bringing them around as much at all. Like this girl I'm dating right now, like she didn't even know anything about her until you met her, right? So if you do that, this is what your child will do. But this is what actually happened during that day. During that day, I did send a picture of me holding her hand. And then what I replied after my mom said what she said, I said, respectfully, mother, I am not ready for y'all to meet her yet. That was what was said. And then she went all Medea on me, pulled up in the whip. Keep in mind, I think my girlfriend at the time, noticed before I did. She was like, "Is that your mom?" Because like I don't know why I feel them just staring at us because she never met them, didn't know who they were, and then she was right. I'm like, "Wait, that is them," and I just stood in the car, ducked my head, and then we walked to the boba place, and there they were, pretending we did not exist. And then I came up and I introduced them very forcefully. But that is definitely something you should never do, Creedy.
Yes,
to
you
a
should.
kid.
Baltazar.
So you should never do.
Listen, yes, because parents got to parent.
Okay, we will never agree on this day. So let's move on to the next question. Okay, you've been married over 25 years.
Yes.
What's the secret sauce? What's keeping it all going?
I think for us, it's the foundation of our faith. Foundation of our faith for us, and the foundation of faith first, and love, communication, commitment.
Okay, that's real. Okay, so when did you know I was talking to somebody I had no business talking to? When do you get that mummy tingle to get like,
For you?
yeah, for me, or actually it could be any of your kids. Like, when do you get that tingle?
So I have this like, I think it's a mom thing, or I don't know, maybe it's a me thing, but it's like, when I meet somebody, especially if you're dating, I just get this gut, like I can read people really well. And you know, I can,
Yeah.
because I've read some of your people you brought home.
Okay, so like,
And so like, I don't know, it's just like immediately you kind of get a gut feeling and you're like, I don't think so.
okay, so like you have a good gut feeling of the current
Yeah.
girlfriend I have now.
Oh yeah, I like her.
We don't have to talk about my other siblings, except Caleb is fine, obviously.
Oh yeah, I love
But
her.
like, there's two other ones we don't have to talk about it because it's still very new and all of that. But well, actually, one of them's been dating for a year and a half, and then they're about to touch a year with this one. But yeah, my mom has mixed feelings about everybody.
That is not true.
I mean, you always, as a mother, you're
That
gonna be
is-
skeptical about everything until you see big relationship, growth.
Dude, you're throwing me under the bus. That's not even true.
It's just not like anything you haven't said directly to them.
Okay, but
Just
still,
very much,
do I speak the truth?
yeah, right there in your face. I
will
don't
speak
care.
the-
So
Well, would you rather me just not? Would you rather me just not
actually,
have-
yes. Sometimes I would rather you just let the
Sometimes I do.
Jenga tower just fall off.
Sometimes let the
Sometimes she's gotten way better at that. And she's letting
Sometimes I
us,
let the jingle tower fall. Sometimes I give some warnings before it falls.
yeah.
And sometimes it's hard to say, I told you so.
So you get the gut feeling, and then that just
I
like
think so. I mean, it's kind of I don't know. I'm really good at reading people, really good at getting senses of people. I mean, I don't know.
yeah. It's not really a pattern of
I don't-
girl. It doesn't matter who the girl is or what she looks like. It's just the gut
Exactly.
feeling. Because I brought every type of girl. And then,
Same. Yeah. It's not, I don't care. I mean, to me, it's not about your race, your color, your size. To me, it's about your heart.
I'm pretty sure one time I brought over this golf girl.
I don't remember.
I think I
remember
would
that.
press that one too.
I don't remember.
But because I knew it had nothing to do with the girls. It's just the mom feeling.
Yeah. I don't know how to explain it. Okay, what's next?
Okay, what's the difference between dating to learn and dating to marry? And when should kids switch gears?
Oh, you're throwing hard questions at me.
I told you it's not serious.
Dang.
Serious and funny.
Okay. I think, first of all, I don't think kids in middle school should be dating.
Oh, yes. She's very adamant about that, Tristan.
I think that you're too young. I think that your emotions, I think in high school, if we want to, kind of hang out, do some light dating, I'm okay with that. But I think it's important that when kids are in high school, that we don't start putting labels on, I love you, I'm going to marry you, you're the one forever, because it's high school. But I'm totally okay with boyfriends and girlfriends in high school, as long as, it's not like, no, I do recognize that some people date in high school and get married. I get that.
Yeah.
But that's the norm. That doesn't happen. Like some people are high school sweethearts and get married. And that's awesome. Realistically, that's probably a small percentage of people, right? So, but I think by the time you switch gears and you get to, at least your sophomore year in college, right? We should be dating to marry. Because that's giving. So when we date, sometimes we give our heart away, right? We give our heart, we give our emotions, we put everything that we have into these relationships. And it's hard, right? When you give your heart away, once you give your heart away, you're never going to get a piece of that heart back once you give that away, okay? So that's why I think it's so important that we protect our heart, especially as we get older. Because, am I right? The girls you've dated, you've given your heart away. And it's hard to put those pieces together. And so that's why I think, especially in college, we want to date to marry. And then when you start dating to marry, it's like, how can I spend the rest of my life with this person? In 30 years, am I going to be happy with this person? Are they going to be a good wife? Are they going to be a good mother to my kids? Is this who I want to mother my kids? Is this the person that spiritually we're on the same page and we're going to be able to raise our kids in the same home spiritually where we agree? So that's the thing too about Dad and I, is we totally agree on disciplining our kids. We agree spiritually how to raise our kids. But if you come together and you're not on the same page of that, like spiritually discipline, what kind of family life and family lifestyle you want, that's going to cause issues down the road, 10 years down the road, 5 years down the road. I mean, so when you date, it's serious business to me because my dream or goal was to only marry one person forever. And so I needed to make sure that 30 years from now, we're still gonna be on the same page. And we are. I think I'm even more in love with your dad today than I was 25 years ago.
Okay, that's man. So you should definitely, what you're saying, there should definitely be levels to the seriousness of dating.
Sure.
Depending on where the kids or where you're at in life. So, okay, that's real because like kids fall in love and they think it's love until one thing happens. And the chemical reaction just goes away. So like, it's pretty much relationship is a commitment. So whether at any stage you are or how young you are, just remember this is the person you want to be with every day, and not just when the times are good and not when the times are bad, and not a person who will go through everything with you, and not just celebrations, just like the highs and lows. A person who knows how to handle you when you're down, and your
also
family,
raising your family.
Yeah, we get to that point. Like, you got to start
values and your kids,
your values and your kids, somebody who grow with you spiritually.
Yes.
Yeah, that's important. If that's important, that's something that's important to you. Definitely find a person that's you can grow with.
Yeah,
you know, because it's not just a feeling; it's commitment.
Yeah.
So definitely find that person, but no rush. You're a kid. If you're a kid, enjoy your life. Build some friends.
Now that's definitely true, right? No matter how old you are, don't rush into it.
Don't rush.
I don't care how old you are.
Yeah. It's okay to fall in love, but don't rush it. Sometimes it could just be a chemical reaction. It's just in the spin of the moment thing. And you just,
don't rush. No.
You don't have to stay on that high. Okay. What's the difference between? Okay. Oh, yeah, I already asked that. Have you ever been wrong about one of your kids' partners? I already know her answer to this. This woman is gonna say no. So
no. Move on.
I should have just skipped this question, bro.
You should skip this question. No.
Okay, I mean, technically, she's not wrong. Like, now in this point,
okay,
I hate to admit it, but like at this point, it's just like, yeah.
Okay, how many times have you even if it's a friend, right?
Yeah,
you've brought home a friend. Maybe it's not a girlfriend, but maybe it's a friend, and that person leaves. And I will tell you, your siblings can testify to this too. And I said, this person has been through this, and this, and you're like, how do you know? And I'm like, I just know.
Yeah.
And your siblings can testify.
Because sometimes she will do that. Sit down by one of my friends. I'm like, I've never shared that with you, so how would you know? So that is valid. I will give her that one. 1 point to you. Okay. Thanks. If your marriage had a theme song, mother, what would it be?
My marriage had a theme song?
Yeah.
Okay. It would be, did you even know this? That on our wedding day, your dad surprised me and wrote a song?
Yes.
Okay, so that would be our theme song, which is called May I Have This Dance With You. Him and our dear friend, Kirk, they wrote that and they played it on my wedding day. So that's our song. May I have this dance with you.
May I have this dance with you. How romantic. Okay,
I like that. Extremely romantic.
Extremely romantic.
Yeah, it was.
Okay, I like that. Okay,
thanks.
What advice would you give to a college kid who's scared of repeating their parents' mistakes in relationship? Like their parents went to a divorce and it's just they were never together when they had their or this is a rocky relationship. So what advice would you give to a college kid? We're talking to an older kid now.
Yeah. Okay. It's totally easy. I totally get that. So that's something that, I had to walk through that in my life with, a couple different stepdads and different dads and siblings. We all have different dads. I'm going to back up just a tiny bit. But as a kid, when I can remember being even 8 years old, and I determined right then and there that I wanted to make some different choices for me, for my family, and for me. So for anybody, college kid or younger, you set your mind and say, this is what I want. And you don't waver from that. So everything gets measured to that. Like, this is what I want in a family. This is what I want in a husband. And if it didn't meet that, forget it. Right. And so set your standard. And you wait. If you have to wait until someone rises to meet that standard, that's okay. Wait. But know what you want, determine it, and everything revolves around that. So every decision that I made revolved around that. So look, I'll just be real, right? My mom had me when she wasn't married.
Yeah.
And so for me, I did not want to have a kid before I was married. I did not want to do that. So for me, that set my standard of I wasn't going to have premarital sex until I was married because I just didn't want to do that. And so if you didn't agree with that, then I wasn't going to date you. If you agreed with my standard, great. And so it's a matter of picking your standard, picking your thing, setting it, and don't waver. Don't let anybody waver from that. And I was strong enough to wait until your dad came and he met everything.
Yeah. Like growing up, I know you guys heard a lot of like this saying a lot, probably all the time is there's plenty of fish in the sea. You know what I'm saying? And also like to reference that, I'm going somewhere with this.
Okay.
But like that saying goes deeper. That saying goes deeper. Have you ever passed somebody that looks like your doppelganger? You know what I'm saying? Like you think you're the most unique person out there, right? You think nobody else looks like you. You know how many doppelgangers I've seen of myself, and I think I have a very unique face. I see it a lot.
I've seen doppelgangers of a lot of other people.
Exactly.
Too.
So
like, sometimes I'll take pictures and be like, oh my gosh,
exactly.
This looks like so and so. Yeah.
But like
I've seen lots of doppelgangers.
But if you have a standard, there's somebody out there for you. Even if you think, okay, nobody will meet me, I can't find no guy. Like if you keep, or no girl, if you keep looking and going out there, you will find your doppelganger. You will find somebody who's willing to stay with you and grow with you and have the same core values that you, whether it be spiritual, if you're not a Christian, that too. So like, definitely keep looking. Your person is out. There's a person out there for everybody. That's a very, very true statement. It's not just, something to make you feel good, but there's definitely somebody who's willing to grow with you and whatever, meet your standard. That's why it was so easy for her to.
Yeah, but it's also too about if I don't feel good about myself, if I'm not healthy, if I don't have healthy self-esteem, I can't go find somebody else.
Exactly.
Right? Because I have to make sure that I'm whole, I'm healthy, I'm healed from trauma and past, because I don't want to project that on somebody else. But you're not going to really, you have to be healthy and whole. And when you have self-esteem.
Make sure you can give what you're asking.
Yeah, yes, right. So you can expect that standard from somebody else if you're not doing it yourself. Exactly. So if I want to marry someone who has high standards and who is spiritually strong and who has self-esteem, I have to have that. I can't expect that unless I'm doing it myself. But I also can't expect to find that person until I'm healthy and whole and secure. So if you're insecure and you're wavering and you're not who you are, it's not time yet to find that person. You got to take care of yourself.
Yeah, take care of yourself.
Take care of yourself, get healed, find that healing, get strong, and then it'll be time.
Yeah, that's why you see a lot of the rich people getting with rich people. It's rare that you meet somebody who doesn't date in their way of life. Like serious people who are serious about dating don't date somebody who's homeless. Like if they got money and all that, they're not gonna date somebody who's homeless. I know I'm being very blunt with this, but like that's an example. Okay. You know what I'm saying? If you can give what you're asking, you're not asking for too much. Unless you're a murderer, then no. But you get what I'm saying. Okay, we got to enter into our game segment. It's called Would You Let Me Date Her? So I'm going to just describe a girl and then you're going to answer absolutely not, approve, and you learn the hard way. You have to answer with approve, absolutely not, or you learn the hard way.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm ready.
She doesn't believe in using GPS.
You'll learn the hard way.
Yeah, because you are, funny fact, my mom and GPSs are not best friends, and she's always in charge of the GPS when my dad's driving. I just used to be. And she's just not the.
No, you're good. Bless her. All I'm saying that one is bless her heart.
Okay, bless her heart.
Bless her heart. You're good.
Okay, no, because my girlfriend's a little bit like that.
Bless her heart.
She doesn't.
Bless your heart. That's okay.
Oh my God. Okay. She calls her dog her soulmate.
Ew.
Yeah, I know. Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. That is weird. That is weird. No.
Absolutely not. I think anybody that makes out with their dogs is weird.
Oh,
something's wrong with them. Wait, is that what you gonna say? What was you gonna say?
No, I was just gonna say. Then there's something deeper going on there.
Oh yeah,
there's some sort of
emotional attachment to the dog.
I was gonna say attachment issues, but we won't go into counseling details here. But
I hope you know anybody that puts an animal before a person, especially if they're in love.
I love people who love animals.
I love that. I love animals. I love animals, but like
we want you to love your animals, but in a healthy way.
In a healthy way, okay?
Not an attachment.
That's the whole thing we're gonna get into another podcast, probably in a talk show podcast, but definitely not this one.
We are animal lovers.
We have a lot of dogs.
We have a lot, yes.
Oh my God.
Speaking of cat.
Hey, we're not gonna talk about a cat. We're gonna talk about it on a talk show. Okay. Next one. She's a pastor's daughter with a septum ring.
A what?
She's a pastor's daughter with a septum ring.
Okay.
As long as she led the Lord.
As long as she loves Jesus, I don't care about
it. Okay, that's real.
Okay.
So we had to throw that question in there.
I do have a lot of things to say.
Okay,
I still have a lot of things to say about your piercings. Hey, finally, you got your.
Yeah, I got it in. This one is a straight one. Okay. I took my corkscrew piercing out, and that was not going back in. So I straightened the L one and I put it in there.
Yeah. I don't like it.
She doesn't like it.
These earrings have grown on me though.
They grew on you.
But
I'm about to get these re-pierced, so I can get a double.
Please
and
stop.
then I'm gonna get
stop. No, stop. Just stop. No.
Okay, she's 22, already planning her wedding in Canva.
That's pretty normal.
That's normal. Okay, because you had a dream board too.
Oh yeah. Yeah, of course we didn't have Canva,
Yeah, it was dream
25 years ago. It was more of like a dream board. Oh no, and the notebook. So I mean, I can't fault. Every girl dreams of that. I can't fault that.
That's real. Okay.
I had my whole wedding planned, just missing the groom.
Just missing the groom.
The groom, yeah, that's all it's missing, but that's okay.
Just the cutout of the groom.
Yeah.
Okay, I like
That's
that.
pretty
I
normal.
feel like a lot of people do that to this
Totally
day,
normal.
especially on Pinterest.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, they start building out their perfect
No
wedding.
problem.
I guess that's normal.
It totally is.
Okay, she's a missionary, but also an influencer.
A missionary and an influencer?
Yeah.
Totally cool. If she's a missionary, I'm in. That means she loves Jesus. I'm in.
That's real. Okay, she gives.
And you're an influencer, so obviously.
Yeah, obviously, I'm fine with that. So.
Yeah, fine with that.
She gives you a book on submission first date.
She gives me a book on submission?
Me.
She gives you. I would like to try that. Little girl give me a book on submission to see what happens to her.
Oh, submission. I read that wrong. So yeah, definitely, absolutely.
Let's try that. Come on, little girl, pull up and give me a book. She gives
you a book of submission.
Oh, I do biblically, I do biblically agree with submission to my husband and authority under, but gives you a book on submission. That'll be funny. Let's see what happens.
Anybody like my opinion of submission?
Say it would be good luck with that.
Yeah, my submission. What you just said about the biblically, but I feel like what you mean, what the power behind that is, if your husband is leading well, it doesn't look like you're submitting to him.
That's exactly right.
Like if you're whoever is in charge, because every marriage is different, but like if they're leading well, it doesn't feel like
absolutely.
It feels like a partnership, like
that's exactly right. Well, and husband submit to wives, wives submit to husband. Like
exactly.
It's I never feel less in our marriage at all. I feel marriage, but I also like the fact that there have been times when I need him to lead, and he does, and I love that. But yeah, but if she, good luck with that if she shows up with the.
Okay, you heard it here first. Like, okay, wrap up. Okay, wrap up right here.
Okay,
this world is you're gonna teach the next gen. So
okay,
this is for the younger kids. The younger kids. Okay. What do you want young people to understand about real love, real genuine love?
I think not knocking by any means social media. Obviously, I love social media. Obviously, for us, it's given us lots of opportunities. It's giving us lots of opportunities to travel. More on that later, right?
Yeah.
That's a little drop hint
in a talk show
to what's coming later. There's some stuff we can't reveal just yet. But so obviously, I love social media.
Yeah.
But I think that sometimes this generation can get because of social media, right? TikTok videos or any kind of videos. I think they can get a misperception of love, right? And I think it can be one or in any way. For example, like I think sometimes movies can portray romance like it's just not realistic. And I think sometimes girls will get this picture in their head of it has to be romantic like this and it has to be this. And that's just not real life, right? I think that something that can get, I don't know, it's hard, right? Because I think this is harder for girls than boys. I'm just going to be honest, right? Because like girls, we watch all these rom-com stuff and we're like, I want a guy that's romantic. I want a guy that sweeps me off my feet. I want a guy that makes my leg pop up when we kiss. That's just kind of what they say in rom-coms. And yes, that's true, but it's not always real life. Right? Things get messy and things get hard and we have bills to pay and we've got to go to work and we can't sit around and be romantic and bring flowers. Although that's nice to bring flowers. I'm a fan of that, but it's like every day, right? It's not realistic. It's not life. So I think with TikTok videos and Instagram reels and different things, it's like you see these clips and you think that's what it's supposed to be like. Yeah. And it's not always going to be like that. So when you're looking at these clips and stuff, you're looking at these videos, you're only seeing a clips of like 30 seconds or 20 seconds and you don't see the other 20 plus hours that go into that day. Right. And so I think that sometimes we just have a misconception of what true love is. And true love is grit. It's grind. It's every day. It's commitment. It's ups and downs. And yes, you may have those romantic moments. And okay. And like, think about, let's do those Instagram reel trips, right? You do this, like we go on vacation and you show all these cool videos of your 5-day vacation. Yeah. But it may take you 2 years to pay for that vacation.
Yeah.
Right. And so I just think that, unfortunately, again, I love social media. I mean, I love social media, but I think it sometimes just gives us a perverse or a And sometimes people also, have you seen those videos where people like rat out their husband, their boyfriends?
And just like something goes wrong.
Something goes wrong, and I think it could be
internet first.
Yeah, it could be a dangerous thing where I don't know.
Yeah. So like, if you guys are not getting it, but what she said was very straight through, but to people who don't have social media or stuff like that, what she's saying is expectations kills relationships. So what social media does, it puts like this false expectation that all relationships are all good and honeymoon phase the whole time. Yeah. But what she's saying is this expectations can kill that. Like, it's good to have your expectations. But
not expectation. Like I had my boundaries. Like I knew exactly what I wanted in a husband, but I had to come in that realistic to say, he's going to have hard days and we're going to have we're going to have to work, and we're going to have to work at that relationship, right? It doesn't come, I mean, we have to work at communication, go to counseling if needed, and work through all these things. It's work. It's not a 30-second Instagram reel. It's work.
Yeah. Like, it's okay to have your expectation, but you got to be like, it's not always going to be like that. Okay. It's commitment. It's a choice. Love is just not a chemical feeling. It's not just a reaction. It's not just a temporary feeling. It's a choice to wake up every day. I'm going to be loyal. I'm going to treat your husband right. I'm going to feed my kids. I'm going to go to work and get this bread. It is commitment. It is it's staying for the hard times. It's not no 30 seconds of fun. It's just staying for the ups and downs. That's what she's trying to reiterate. If you're not getting the social media part, because not everybody has that. Because I know people who just watch podcasts and don't have anything else. So it could be like that, but yeah, social media can put a false positive on what relationships are. So definitely.
Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I do agree with that perfectly, because I've been seeing that growing up all the time. Is all these relationships nowadays they're starting to get into the real. Like with TikTok, with content is becoming so short form now. Yeah, they can catch every moment, but like there's still that you can pause and record things that go wrong.
Yeah. So we're from different generations. Your generation, you get that though, right? Yeah. Well, okay. So also too, reality TV. We'll talk about this later.
Like this, but that is real though. Like
we
can
talk about this later, because
we're in a lot of relationships.
We have a different perspective now on reality TV. Yeah. Because we were a part of something, and again, we can't talk about that just yet. But we were a part of a reality TV, so we kind of see a different side, don't we? Yeah. So reality TV, when you watch these, not that I've never watched any of those.
I watch Too Hot to Handle every now and then.
Okay, I may or may not watch a lot of them, but like that's not real either, right?
Yeah. Like, it's a choice. You can't just pick up and leave whenever you want, Yeah. Like, before you get into a relationship, if this is a person you're going to ride everything with. Like, you'll get that feeling. So. Like, usually it comes like when you're older and your prefrontal lobe develops, but you'll know that, okay, you know what? It's a 25. So apparently I have a few more years under my belt till I realize that apparently.
But it's growing.
It's growing. Okay. Oh, thank you. Okay. Next part. What part of marriage surprised you the most?
I think what surprises me the most about marriage is, that's a hard question. Probably working through hard times.
I think she would have any surprises, because it sounds like she had it all planned out. So what part of marriage just surprised you?
That's kind of hard, but like,
so
I think about, I mean, you don't, sometimes like you go through hard times, right? You have good days and bad days. And sometimes there's not a manual on how to go through those hard times. So it's like, especially when you first get married, you don't know how I didn't know how he would, like how your dad would go through hard times. Like I know how I handle hard times, but I don't know how dating is different. Like, but when you're married, you live together, you're together every day, all day. And most of our lives, we worked together in the same place. Yeah. Pretty much of the 25 years of our life, there's only been a few years we haven't worked in the same job, but it's like learning how to handle how you respond and how they respond to really anything is different. You don't know that until you live together. Right. You don't know that until you live together and you're together every day. So how each person responds to things.
Okay. So another question that's not in here is like, do you think my dad has changed? Like, he's a different person that's from the day you met him? Like,
that's a good question. Yeah. So, I mean, yes, I do. Right. But it's not in a bad way. Yeah. I feel like we were both really kids when we got married. He was, 21. I was 22. Yeah, we were 20.
Yeah, we were at college.
Yeah, we had just graduated from college. We got married a week after graduation. Our family was not happy with us for that. But yeah, I think we have. I think we've changed, and I think we've grown, and I think we've matured. But the blessing is that we've both changed, we've both matured, and we've both gone in the same direction. Right? That's where people can get in trouble. Is like if one person in a relationship is maturing and growing, and the other person isn't. That's where it can get difficult. Yeah. So it's like we're both running in the same direction with the same purpose, the same vision. And so, I think we have changed, but I think it's been changed for the good. I think it's been changed for the better. We've matured, we've grown up, we've raised a family, and we're still headed in the same direction, but more mature.
Yeah. But I could definitely attest to that, because like I've been here for like 11, 12 years now. Yeah. You guys are completely different parents than when you were when I first got there. You guys are way different. The way you handle things, the way you do things now is way different than how you did it. The way you think, your mindset about things is way more open-minded now. Way more open-minded than what it used to be, because I did have very stubborn family. Everybody was stubborn. And
but it's part of growing. Yeah, growing. We have to grow and mature. So we have to look back and say, okay, shoot, I made these mistakes. How can I get better? I don't know. We don't grow unless we make those mistakes.
Yeah,
Okay?
yeah.
But here's the deal. In a relationship, a husband and wife, you have to do it together. Like one person can't be growing, the other person be left behind. That's not going to work.
It looks like this.
It's not going to work. So like for Dad and I, we both went on this health journey together, right?
Mhm.
Like we both started working out. We both started eating right, working out at the gym, getting a trainer. Dad and I have a personal trainer. Shout out to Taylor at All Day Training, right? So all of that, we do that together so we're both headed in that direction together.
Yeah, that's real. Unity, grow together. Cause like I heard something from somebody like a few years back, like the person you are today is gonna be a different person than you are 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So like change will happen. You will learn new things about you brought on by your spouse or your partner, whoever you're with. And it's good. It's good. Change is good.
Mhm.
Growing together is good, you know? Okay. One question before we get to our final one is one thing you wish you did differently as a parent when your kids started dating?
I don't know. That's a tough question because I feel like it was all a learning and growing process.
Mhm.
So I feel like, we would try to have open communication. We would try to find a balance of them. But I don't know. I don't know.
Learn as you go.
Yeah, just kind of learn as you go.
Be open-minded and learn as you go because kids will be kids.
Yeah, but we did set strict boundaries for you guys.
Very much.
Just from our personal boundaries that Dad and I agreed on. No boyfriends and girlfriends in bedrooms, and for us, because all the bedrooms are upstairs, no boyfriends and girlfriends upstairs. No, we set boundaries like that, and I'm very happy with those boundaries that we set.
Okay, this is our final question. What's one rule about love you hope your grandkids will live by?
I hope that my grandkids will live by the rule of love one another. In the book of John, it talks about love one another. And I want my grandkids to love one another, to love each other, love our family, love the Lord, just love well.
So this is actually a fun fact. This is a family motto we've lived by since I actually got here to America. Because you had was it from that verse, choose one another, choose another?
Well, it's in John, love one another.
Yeah, love one another, John.
John 15, love one another.
Love one another. So
yeah.
Yes, so this is something deep rooted in her because it was hanging on our wall. Okay, but I want to say thank you so much for coming on the podcast. She will be joining us. Announcement. I already announced this yesterday on my Instagram, but it'll be later before you see this podcast. But we are starting this adoption podcast, and it's probably well on its way by now. Yeah, pretty much what we're gonna be doing on there, Mom.
So we're gonna talk about real talk of adoption, right?
Wow.
We're gonna talk about the good times, the bad times. I'm hoping to meet people on there. Some people who've had successful adoptions, some people who haven't had successful adoptions. I want it to be real.
Yeah, so we gotta keep it real.
Keep it real. Even talk about our adoption story, our good times and bad times, and yeah.
So I think the name I think we might be going with is the Adoptology. If it's something different, it's probably because we changed it. But keep an eye open for episodes that should be coming out. I think every Wednesday, if I have it scheduled right.
You said Fridays.
Fridays?
You said
I think it's Fridays. We'll go back and look.
But
yeah, thank you so much. Thank you for watching the mess. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Have a great day.